Uh, we are back again. We had a small technical issue. So what we did is we created a new video stream, and the same link was posted in the comment section of the earlier one. Sorry for that. Just go ahead and post your questions here, or we are going to answer the same. We are going to continue the questions that we had in our earlier session. So there is a question from Kari Sagar. Guys, about those two seminars, taking them during which semesters is good? Maybe someone from mechanical can answer this question uh, regarding grad seminars, when they can take this.
Yeah, see, graduate seminar ideally could be taken in the first semester, and there is a necessary condition of having two graduate seminars in your 2 years. So take one in your first semester. Do not take another in the spring semester. Because if you get a co-op, then one of the graduate seminar gets exchanged for a co-op credit. So I would suggest strongly that take one graduate seminar in either fall or spring. Please do not take in both. Otherwise, there is some issue in adding the co-op credit later. And then if unfortunately, if you don't get a co-op through summer and the next fall, then you'll have to take a graduate seminar credit in your last spring semester. So keep it for that last semester. So if anyone did not get a link to the video, I've posted it on the Michigan Tech WhatsApp group. That is there.
So I guess people started coming here, or not yet. So moving on to the next question that we got here. Shravan Mehra, question might be slightly bit silly, but how tough is master's courses in mechanical engineering? Do you really have to slog? Yeah, maybe you guys can answer this.
He's my friend. So Shravan,
yeah.
I mean, compared to our undergraduate college, these courses are obviously tougher, and they really make you work hard, make you slog, if that's mentioned in the question. So yeah, you have to work hard, but it's all enjoyable because you through the course you realize that all that you're learning is relevant to what you're going to do in the industry or in your career. So it's very enjoyable, and you have to work hard, but it's doable.
Okay, so yeah, there are people. I guess people more here. That's good. So the next question is from Karan Paresh Shah. Is buying laptop in US is better than buying in India? Which one would you guys recommend for mechanical engineering softwares? So it's better to buy it here considerably cheap when you compare to India. And since you will be staying here for next couple of years for your master's degree, you'll get all the warranty covers that are available in US at your stores. But whereas if you get from India, you have to take it back or you have to pay more to get it serviced. So buy it here and try to get the latest configurations, like with an good i7 processor and 8 GB RAM. So I guess that should do with all the softwares. Moving on to the next question by Sumit Das. Please give me Karthik's mail ID. I'm experiencing a bad internet, hence audio is not clear. Okay. I will. We'll try to mention. We'll try to put all our mail IDs replying to your meeting invitation along with the slides and YouTube links. So you'll get that in that mail ID. I mean, in that mail. The next question is from Jaideep Haslakar. This is Jaideep. How many days before the orientation should we arrive? So ideally, people start arriving from August 15th, after August 15th onwards, because most people will have their accommodations set by August 15th, and it would give you a couple of weeks to roam around the campus as well as roam around the city and go ahead and meet some town. Yeah. Go ahead and meet some of the supervisors in dining and try to apply some on-campus jobs, try to clear out all the course related issues. So it is better to arrive after August 15th. That would be the ideal sweet time. That's what we recommend as well. There is a question from Ibad Malik. Could ISA help with off-campus as in visiting the apartment before we book it? That would be really a tough thing to do for us, because summer is is most of the valuable time. Apart from ISA, we have our own research and these things. We can't really promise whether we could go and look at the apartments, but if you want to have a telephone conversation with the owner, we might help at that extent. But we are not sure whether we could help in terms of visiting the apartment personally or not. But saying that, if you see any apartment ad, most apartment ads put their photos and all, and owners would be very reachable through email. If you mail them, they could also provide you additional pictures that you need.
And usually no one tries to like cheat or deceive.
Yeah.
As it is.
Yes. There is another question from Shravan Mehra. Are there any disadvantages of selecting the coursework plan for masters? Coursework or research, I don't think it doesn't. It depends on your own interest. It doesn't change much from the industry perspective. Maybe mechanical people can add to this.
Like from a career point of view, I don't think coursework is any different from masters, like the thesis part or like report option. But if you're more interested towards like particular area of research and you want to work extra on that apart from just a job perspective, then yeah, taking a thesis would be better. But from a job point of view, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, MTU is known for giving full-time opportunities by taking only coursework. So majority of people here opt for that.
Okay. So the next question is from Karan Pasha Shah. In many off-campus apartments, furniture is not provided, which is good option to buy cheap furniture. Do you have contacts that provide us with the same? Actually, we don't have any contacts on this regarding this furniture things. Or most people go ahead and buy at Walmart or order online. That's the thing. There is nothing cheap here. Like if it is an off-campus apartment, you have to make certain amount of initial investment on furniture. That is to be done. So we cannot really recommend any cheap place here, because we also don't know any cheap on in terms of getting cheap furniture. So
it's usually Walmart or
online. Online, yes.
Or there are like sites here. There are groups in Michigan Tech and Facebook called Free for Sale or Barboard. Where there are always posts of like when the new batch comes in, there is a sort of influx of posts of furniture like which is used. So it is very cheap. So
yeah, you can also look into that.
Yeah.
There is another question from Pankaj Kalan. Does it really help being in Michigan for online job application process, specifically for mechanical?
Does it really help being in Michigan?
He's asking about the applying online. He's asking about having a local Michigan address.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does. It does. Of course, and more than being in Michigan, like being a Michigan Tech student helps a lot, because Michigan Tech alumni who are there in companies, they always want to have their students from their own university, and so like Michigan being a hub for automotive and mechanical engineering in general, then it's always a plus to being in Michigan for your online job application.
Yeah, doesn't like, because the one thing is like companies try to make sure that they take the local people from the same state, so that plays as an extra advantage.
Right.
There is another question from Siddharth Parmar. Do people staying off campus have equal probability of getting on campus jobs? I have taken 4 courses I would be, but your question is not complete here. Maybe you can post again, or let's check here. Yeah, would this be very hectic for first semester? To answer your first question, yes, there is equal opportunity of staying off campus or on campus. It doesn't matter. They want if they want to employ, they want to employ. That's all. So, and taking 4 courses, I'm not from mechanical, so it's
taking 4 courses is it's not advisable.
Yeah,
because
for the first semester.
For the first semester, it's better that you take 3 courses, having 3 credits and 1 graduate seminar. Because the workload will be very heavy and it will be hectic. The schedules will be hectic. So it's you can't do any part-time jobs also, as you are asking. You can't do part-time jobs if you are taking 4 courses.
You can't sleep.
You won't eat, you won't sleep.
Yeah, especially those 4 subjects, they're known for being hectic.
Yeah, continuing mechanics and technology. Okay, moving on to the next one. Yes. What is this? Is the last question. Okay, here we have. Okay, how many days before this is already answered? Nikhil Reddy Pasla. He has another question: to which specialization dynamic measurements and signal processing course related to? It would be mostly related to, I guess, yeah, embedded and signal processing. But let me confirm and get back to you. You could mail me the same question to isecom@mtu.edu. I'll reply to that.
What is your course, right?
In mechanical related, this is also related apart from
Power
what Jaya suggested.
It's related to powertrain and controls. So if you, it's in mechanical, it's called DSP, and it's offered in the fall, and it's related to controls, but mostly towards the powertrain calibration. So if you're doing engines related stuff.
And contrary, if it is an electrical, then it might be related to signal processing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Nitin Krishna Pradhan. He has a question regarding: should we go for applying for the international driving permit even if we have an Indian driving license? Okay, so
please don't do that. There's no use, waste of time. If you have an Indian driving license, that's enough for 1 year. So only in Michigan. Yeah, each state has its different law, but we are lucky that Michigan allows Indian driving license for a year. So, and I took the IDP, and it is of no use actually. So I had never been required ever to take it out of my pocket. So please don't go for it.
Yeah. Lalit Palve, he has a question: does it really help being in Michigan for online job application process? I guess we already answered this question. Maybe you can skip a few minutes backwards in the link and just check that. Jaydeep has a question regarding how about shopping for Indian stuff, Indian food, masala? Are there any options available? How do you manage? How do we manage? Every 3 months we get a courier from India with all the required masalas, dals, and stuff. And rice and most of the vegetables are available at Walmart. And in any case, like if you need some masalas, there is a food mart here which provides Indian spices and things at very costly. I mean, they're very costly here, but it can be used in case of emergency or you need it immediately, kind of. And the other thing is, like, whenever any of your friends visit to cities like Chicago, Madison, or Michigan, Detroit, you can ask them to get required spices and everything from there, because they are very cheap there, and there are many Indian shops available in the bigger cities. And I guess the most closest city from here is Appleton, where we get Indian food and Indian spices stuff. Moving on to next, Abhishek Jadhav. Is it possible to participate in extracurricular activities such as Formula SCA competition, or would it be hectic considering the master's curriculum? So maybe you can answer this.
Yeah, enterprise like Formula SAE or like Formula HEV and HEV Enterprise. They are always good for from like getting hands-on experience, and also from a career point of view, like building a resume. So it is like you need to take 1 credit for taking the enterprise, at least 1 credit, and it is you need to consider that when planning about which courses to take in a semester. So basically, it will take some of your time, but it will take time worth only 1 credit. So it's not very hectic, but it is a very good opportunity to interact with other undergraduate students over here and work in a team and build a car and compete. So it's really a good experience.
Okay. Another question from Vishal. I guess he's there yesterday as well. Okay. Can you guys put some light on softwares used in EE? Do we get practice softwares and improve on competency level? Okay. Regardless of departments, the most commonly used software is MATLAB. So it is better to have start learning MATLAB. And since you have mtu.edu mail ID, you will be eligible to download a free MATLAB version from IT Downloads. You can search as IT Downloads at MTU, and there will be a software downloads website where you can go ahead and download MATLAB and use that. And apart from that, if you are talking about power, some of the softwares apart from MATLAB or Aspen and GAMS, that is used for operations, and ATP is an transient software which is also available free of cost. So these are used for transient simulations. So these are some of the softwares, and as I said earlier, like we would highly recommend to start using MATLAB and try learning that. And as we mentioned earlier, we are planning to have a session on these basic and most commonly used softwares regardless of departments, and to have provided training and make yourself comfortable with those softwares. There is the question from Kallam Pawan Kumar Reddy. How is the coursework and interns for environmental engineering? We really, none of us here are from environmental engineering, but if you could mail the same question to isacom@mtu.edu, we will find a person who could answer this and reply you at the earliest. So moving on to next, Siddharth Parmar. Do all courses have course project? I mean, regardless of the department, all 5,000 courses mostly will have course projects, and 4,000 level courses will have final exams. 5,000 will have final exams as well as course projects. That's why those are grad level courses. So to put on some additional thought on mechanical, maybe you guys can add something.
Yeah, it depends on the professor as well,
and
mechanical, and and like all the 5,000 courses I've taken so far have had projects like that. Those are final projects that have a lot of weightage.
Yeah.
So
in fact, some of the courses don't have a final exam. The project is what is the main criterion for the whole course.
yes, exactly.
So
and also like these projects are very good projects which you can add to your resume as well. So they have to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is from Nitin Krishna Pradhan. When and how to register for enterprise program? Could you put some light on enterprise programs for me? So,
there is a link for the same in the.
The thing is that for enterprise program, you need a special approval from the manager of that enterprise program. So in case of HEV enterprise, we have to go to Bob page so that he could approve our enrollment, and then we can enroll into that course and into that enterprise program. So you need a special approval.
Usually, one enterprise will have 3 to 4 academic advisors. Okay. So only those people can actually add you into an enterprise. For example, robotics course has robotic enterprise. The RSC systems enterprise has 4 academic advisors. So as Karthik told, they are the only people who can actually add you to that course. So if you want to, if you're sure enough that you want to get into that one particular type of enterprise, you should actually mail the professor and get a special approval from them.
Yeah, so Jaya has already posted the link for the enterprise in the comments. And once you go there and visit the webpage of each enterprise, you will get an information about who the advisor is and their email ID. So you can just send them an email that you're interested with your resume, and they'll decide if they permit you for getting into the team.
Can you name few companies related to automotive or engine that recruit masters from MBA students? Okay. Again,
Few?
only few.
Only two.
Yeah, only two for H1B. Yeah, in the career fair, two main companies. There are more, but two main companies which sponsor the H1B visa are Cummins and Kohler. So Kohler also has a big engines division. If you're not aware of it, in India, I thought they were only bathroom related. And apart from that, through recruiters, you can get into the big three: Ford, GM, Chrysler. And also there are many companies near Detroit which are suppliers to these big three. So, and these are all good companies. Like FEV is a very good company that sponsors the H1B. Bentler is a company. There is a one local company called Nostrum Energy. So there are many companies. Like these are just to name a few, as you mentioned in the question.
Yeah. I'm from industrial automation background. Are there companies like Dematic that come for career fair? Does Dematic provide H1B? Dematic is one of the biggest sponsors in career fair. They do come here for fall and spring career fairs. They do take people on interns and full time. I guess they do provide H1B, but I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure on this. But
yeah, so one of our batchmates, Nishal, right?
Yeah,
he got a co-op in Dematic, and they do sponsor H1B.
They do sponsor H1B, and if you say you have industrial automation background, then it's really advantageous for you to get in co-op during next summer. So
yeah, and the best part of Dematic is that they have an office in the Lakeshore Center.
yeah, they have an office in the Lakeshore, so you don't need to move anywhere, just sit here and work.
No need to invest in a car.
Yeah. Okay, Nitin Krishna Pradhan, how is the full-time job scenario for meme graduates? Is it true that most of the jobs through contracts will take away 20 and 30% of your salary? Again, meme guys, please answer. Yeah.
Generally not like that. See, it depends on how you approach. So if you approach it, I mean, if by chance your OPT period, if you're planning to get start your job in May, and if you start searching for a job in April, that might be one of the scenarios. But if you plan ahead and maybe start apply 5 months, 4 months before getting into a company, there are better chances of getting hired directly to a company than going through a recruiter. But as you told, if you go through a recruiter, they might have their own cut. Maybe they might take away some, as you told, 20 to 30% of the salary, and pay you a little less than what you expect. But if you see, recruiters also give a good amount of salary. It's not like they're giving you less salary, but the benefits when you go to a direct hire would be better than going through a recruiter.
And again, the recruiter is like for just till you get sponsored for H1B. Then you are again a permanent
employee.
Yeah, employee.
Okay, moving on to next question from Jaydeep. Can you elaborate more about co-op opportunities? When should we apply for co-op and how long? I'm from mechanical engineering. How are the chances? So maybe you can try to answer the questions.
Yeah, so for a co-op, you can start applying like the first benchmark for you would be the fall career fair here, where you would get a chance to know which kind of companies come over here and what are your chances of co-op in those companies. Then I personally started applying by late December, but people started applying even before that. And usually there are like people trying for more than 200 online applications. When they get after that, they get like maybe 5 interview calls. So it's very hard online, and it's kind of what you can say, it is sometimes demoralizing, but you have to keep trying. And like finally now, after so many applications, I got a co-op for fall, like a few weeks back. So work hard, and then finally you'll get that offer letter.
Okay, moving on to next question from Srinivas Samavedam. Hi ISA, is there a MTU classified site where you know, buy and sell used kind stuff? There is nothing classified. I'm going to reply you some a forum that normally people use here, that is Barcode. You have to use your MTU ID details to log into that, and you can see there and get all the stuff that, I mean, like all the used stuff and things. And it's not a classified website. Okay, moving on to next, Rakesh Anil Kumar Nair. Hi, I'm for Power Systems. Can you please mention the companies that are recruiting for the same? So for full time, Power Systems intern opportunities are improving. Our co-op opportunities are improving now, like compared to last summer. This summer, almost 40 to 50% of the class got co-ops, whereas last time it was not like that, because of the fact that most power system projects are more than a year. So companies really want people to come there and stay. Sorry, kind of full time. Saying that full time chances, I have seen like most of my prior batch seniors or most of my friends in last spring or last fall prior to that got a full time job with them. And the companies would be like most of the engineering companies on and around Detroit as well as in Chicago. And most of the power system operation companies, they call it as independent system operators here, they do recruit, and all of these companies provide H1B sponsorship as well. So most people do get full-time opportunities, and co-op situation is improving. To conclude your question, what are the opportunities in the field of robotics in terms of courses and job opportunities? Yeah. Robotics.
See, there are a lot of opportunities available in the field of robotics. Actually, I'm working on robotics now. There is a robotic systems enterprise in in MTU. Getting enrolled in the robotic systems enterprise would help you tremendously in improving your profile. I don't know if you already had some kind of an experience working on robotics. There's some good amount of courses also available on robotics, like Introduction to Robotics. Real-time robotics is a wonderful course which is offered in summer. It's in track B. So once you come here, maybe after you finish your fall and spring, you can take up real-time robotics, which is by Professor Alex Sergeyev. We have one of the professors who are over here who's actually very few people who are allowed to certify on Fanuc robots. So I think we are the one. Maybe very few universities have real robots working there. We have approximately 8 to 10 real robots on campus, all Fanuc industrial robots working on campus. And we even had a Nucor project very recently, where we automated the whole line and we implemented a robotic process for Nucor. So robotics is very big in Michigan Tech. So it would be better you start communicating with the robotic systems enterprise immediately if you're interested in robotics. And Fanuc is one of the main recruiters who actually take robotics people.
Any comments on using pirated softwares in Michigan software, which I already caused problem there? No, strictly no. Don't use any pirated softwares. Not in Michigan, not even in US. Don't even think of that. Can the softwares which I already have in my laptop cause any problem there? I am not sure whether it will be causing a problem. If I were you, I'll not be putting any pirated softwares in my laptop and bring it here. So it's up to you to decide on that. Okay, we'll be waiting for any more questions. Anything that we missed?
Yeah, to maybe elaborate on the co-op opportunities question, I don't think we answered it like completely.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I answered. So, I like if you want stats, then maybe like 30% of around in meme have got co-ops already. So it's a very good number. It's a very high number for any university because Michigan Tech is more technical oriented and uh, they encourage co-ops. So and companies like Cummins is a major recruiter, Kohler is a major recruiter, FEV is a good recruiter for co-ops, and yeah, so like other companies like Ford, GM, Chrysler, they take for full time through recruiters, and through recruiters you don't get co-ops usually, rarely you get. So it's mainly Cummins, Kohler, and FEV.
Okay. There is another question from Abhishek Jadhav. I'm registered for meme. Can I take specific courses from electrical engineering department? If yes, how many max credits you can take? So how many max?
12 credits.
12 credits.
12 credits outside the
Out of department.
Okay.
So you can take a maximum of 12 credits which are outside department. And you should also see the requirement for if it's an undergraduate course or a graduate course. I mean, there is also a limit for taking
You can
the
take a maximum of 12 credits for the undergrad courses,
Undergrad course,
4,000 series.
4,000 series.
Also, you need to sign a waiver again for taking an out of department course. Right?
Yeah.
So then the math courses and out of department courses. So it's also counted in
Waiver
the
for that.
Yeah.
Typically, there have to be 15 courses, which is
Yeah, I mean, there is no maximum out of department. Actually, the thing is, minimum 15 has to be taken from the MEM. Once you're done with that, you can take any number depending on your requirement and your advisor's requirements.
Okay, there is a question from Kahan Shah. Is it better to buy winter wear in India or how done? What will be approximate cost? Don't buy anything in India. Maybe you can buy some sweatshirts and normal regular clothes. Winter wear and shoes and everything it is preferred to buy here. And approximate cost maybe you'll end up with somewhere around $200.
Yeah.
You get a good winter jacket for like what, $100?
$100.
I got this
Yeah.
for 70.
Yeah, and shoes and some thermal wear and all.
Yeah, so
Might
all
be
included.
including probably it
go.
will end up maximum of $200, $250. That's all. Yeah. So it's better to buy it here because you know the situations here. Then you'll know how strong jacket you need. There is another question from Sumit Das. How much is the approximate monthly cost of living, including food, laundry, and regular articles? So if you are living on campus, since rent covers most of the utilities and the maximum rent for one bedroom apartment is around $330. Keeping that in mind, and the additional costs will come to somewhere around another $200. Maybe depends on your lifestyle and expenses, but I see not more than $600 if you're living on campus. $600 is like living a very high-end lifestyle. Yeah. So, and if you are living off campus, so the additional utility costs decide your monthly expenses. So that's the last question that we had. Does the university provide any softwares? So it's from Jaideep or Siddharth. They mentioned both the names, but as we said earlier, yes, university do provide softwares that are required for the particular course or for your research. So you don't need to bother on that. University are to be specific, your department and your course instructor will provide access to any specific softwares. And the most commonly used softwares are available at IT downloads at MTU. So you go ahead and search in Google as IT downloads MTU. You'll get a first link from Michigan Tech. Put your MTU ID details and you'll be able to see list of available softwares that you can download and install now itself. Nikhil Reddy Pasla, is that is it that if we take up thesis credits, then only we get RA, or irrespective of thesis or report coursework, we can get an RA? So to answer this question, see, getting an RA or TA is like something professor funding you, and in most cases, professor does fund you if we have a long-term relationship with him in terms of his contributing to it towards his research projects and all. That could be done either by thesis or being a PhD student. So the preference of funding is given mostly to PhD. The first priority is always PhD students, then is given to thesis students. Then I personally didn't saw any person who got in electrical engineering. Most people get some hourly paid positions to work on their research projects. I believe that is the same case in mechanical engineering. They don't get any tuition funding, but mostly they get an hourly paid position if they are working on their report or being a coursework student and working on some special topics.
Yeah, I mean, rarely.
Yeah, rarely.
I know
Yeah.
just two people who got, one had just coursework, still he got full funding.
Yeah.
And one had a report, still he got full funding. Just two.
Yeah, in my department, I know one person who is a coursework but who got full funding because like he has 6 years of experience and there is immediate research requirements. So that is very special category which you cannot expect.
Normally, there is no provision for an RA for coursework students. So it's only like if your professor thinks that the work that you're doing for him is like really important, then and he has funding left out, then he would give you an RA. But usually it's for the PhD students and then the thesis people who get the funding.
Okay,
Confidence.
okay. I am having 4 years of experience in automatic electrical in wiring harness and electric schematics at MTU. I'm looking forward for achievement controls. Which courses should I register this semester? And with respect to my previous, so any suggestions with respect to previous experience, which professor should I start communicating for possible assistantship in spring? And also, what is the process to enroll in MEM HEV courses? So the courses that are required to be registered were already mentioned by Karthik in the same video. Maybe you can skip ahead and see once. Yeah, you can look
I can suggest the professors.
Yeah, you
the
can.
main professors who are dealing with HEB are Professor John Beck, Professor Jeremy Wong, and you can also contact Professor Neighbor, Jeffrey Neighbor. He's into engines and controls, but still, as you have enough experience in automotive field, it's better to contact him also.
And what is the process to enroll for MEM HEV courses? Regardless of department, you have to go to BanWeb and register for the courses. That's all.
And
That is the gateway.
if it is an undergrad course, you have to wait for some time.
Seats to open up.
Yeah, still it's open up for graduate students.
Next question is from Kahan Shah. What is the approximate length of MS course? Can we complete it in 1.5 years? How many minimum credits required? So most MS degree requires 30 credits, and there are few people who complete it in 1.5 years, but it could be really hectic 3 semesters for you to do that. It's up to you again. And normal length is like 2 years. Like every semester 9 credits that might cater to 3 courses, and 9 courses in your first 3 semesters, and the final semester would be having only 1 credit. And people will start looking for their jobs, and they will have good amount of time to attend interviews and stuff. So they keep that 1 credit to the last 4th semester. Anything to add in this? Okay. Hardik Shah. Yes. Hi, Hardik. We are all waiting for you.
Photos.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't. No, I can't post my apartment photos. That is my personal life. How could I post? Yeah. Anyways, we don't have any specific photos for you on the accommodation that you're asking about, but whatever that's given in the video link, that's more than enough. Okay. His question is, please brief about travel insurance and main insurance for study period. Also, what about the interim insurance in the period of time of landing in the US2 orientation? Is Aetna preferred? So once you get 8-9 insurance, it covers your travel as well. So the day you take your, or the day you pay your insurance, from the day onwards, I guess till you land here, your insurance is, I mean, till that period, your insurance is covered in terms of Aetna. If not, if you're coming here and paying the fees, then just get a travel insurance from any of the local insurance bodies like ICICI or HDFC. And I'm not sure whether does people really take a travel insurance or not, because I didn't take it, but it's up to you. You can take it either there, or if you are paying your fees and insurance before coming to here, then your Aetna covers that part.
Yeah, when I took like flight tickets, whatever was recommended by them, I took the travel insurance.
Yeah, so just
it's in just in the case of like when like if a baggage
yeah, it's mostly
disappears,
towards baggage claim and these things.
so it's better to take one. Like, but it depends on you. It's not necessary.
Okay, the question is from Shravan Mehra. No, wait. Where are we? This is standard. Yeah. The question is from Shravan Mehra. I'm planning for manufacturing production specialization in mechanical. I heard a lot about recent co-ops in engines, thermal fluid, and power system, but nothing about production manufacturing. Can you shed some light on this?
Yeah, if you are looking at courses in manufacturing, there are not many courses, but there are some good courses available. If you're looking at industrial engineering and manufacturing, I would say you should be looking at a subject called computer-aided manufacturing, which is actually taken from the MET department, that's the Mechanical Engineering Technology department, which gives you the CAM, that is computer-aided manufacturing, that is parametric modeling. And then you have another subject which is actually taken from the MEM department, which is held in the MEM department, that is which is called production planning. And you have a material handling program which is happening in the MEM department. You also have the lean manufacturing subject, which is from the MEM department. And there's another subject which is actually held in the MET department, is lean implementation and production planning. That is also a very good subject. So what we can do is we can consolidate that into one document, and we can actually post that in your comment.
Yeah, and about co-op opportunities, what I know from my, I'm not from manufacturing, but whoever was there for manufacturing,
Yes.
from the last batch, they got a co-op. And it's like not many people over here come with a specialization for manufacturing, but many manufacturing engineers are still required in the industry. And so Cummins is a good recruiter for manufacturing engineers specifically. Like I know seniors who have done just manufacturing, not even design courses, but still they got a co-op. So it's like very probable that you might get a co-op if you do some good projects in manufacturing.
Okay.
And in the spring semester, there is a high possibility that 3 more subjects, very good subjects, might get added to the manufacturing domain. So I think you should wait for some updates from the program advisor. He might send you that email very shortly.
Yeah, the next question is from Hardik Shah. Does location of MTU, specifically in rural Bhutan, have a negative effect on companies seeking out candidates, say as compared to others from Michigan like Wayne State, Kettering, Lawrence Tech, etc.? The answer would be no. There is no negative effect. I don't see anything on that, because most companies in Detroit has very good and strong alumni background from MTU, Michigan Tech. So they do prefer coming here rather than going to cities or so-called positive affected places. Just kidding, but but yeah, no, there is no effect on this being in this location.
Yeah, I like to add, like Michigan Tech has a very good reputation in Detroit as well. Like,
Yeah.
Because when I had gone for a conference in Detroit, there when you say that you are a Michigan Tech graduate, it is always a good impression, and they it always has a positive effect on them. So it's like the location is not an issue if you consider this, like about jobs and co-ops. It's never an issue. So
Okay, the next question is from Sagar Patel. Which specialization is the best in mechanical engineering with course content and career perspective? Maybe you guys could answer this.
Like if you have no preference right now, like you're blank, then I would say that coming to Michigan Tech, the best specialization would be engines.
Yeah.
Because we have very good engines guys over here, and overall automotive related like powertrain, HEV. Then maybe something in design is also.
Controls is also.
Controls.
Yeah, controls is
Controls
another
is-
area.
Engines and controls.
Yeah, and
Controls.
NVH is an upcoming field because not many people try for it. Like, and there are many
Requirements for that
opportunities
in
and
the
requirements in the industry for NVH guys.
But one of the famous areas is of engines and engine controls. So like CAN programming, embedded systems. That's like the one of the most famous areas for Michigan Tech. So
Yeah, majority of them are
people
engines
come
and
like
controls.
from all over the industry come here specifically for those positions because they're like very rare and sort of risk.
Okay. So the next question is again from Hardik Shah. Please brief about payment of tuition fees. Is it allowed that our parents sponsor pay the tuition from home? Same info about travel card like ICICI or HDFC. What is ideal preferred based on your experience? So to answer your first question, yes, your parents or sponsor can pay from from your home, and they need to utilize wire transfer or peer transfer. To get additional details on this, please mail to register@mtu.edu. So they will provide you the details on how to pay the fees from India. And I didn't use any travel card, so I didn't have any information on that. Anyone used a travel card?
Yeah, travel card is also a good option. What you can do is
But-
ICICI
yeah.
and HDFC, they have travel cards.
Hmm.
Good travel card option. It is like you should have an ICICI account or HDFC account. So you load that money, whichever is there in your account, to your travel card. That there's a very nominal charge of actually loading your card. And once you come here, you can actually swipe in our local bank, that is Wells Fargo. Most of the people use Wells Fargo over here. So if you go there and swipe your travel card, you'll be able to transfer that entire money to your Wells Fargo account at a very nominal price. So every time you swipe the card, it'll cost you $2. So even if you're getting your ICICI card or the HDFC card. So I'm using my HDFC card as of now. So it's a pretty good option.
And about the tuition fees, I would like to add well, I paid my tuition fee in an installment type of process because it is always like better to do that. So the Michigan Tech provides that option, and it will be updated through an email shortly when the date for the tuition fee comes closer. So,
It will be updated by register office, not by us. So
yeah, not by us. Exactly.
No, we don't do that.
So
We don't know.
another comment from Hardik Shah. PS, I have stopped asking about apartment photos now, but no, will not stop. Because I know the amount of time you spend on asking the same question on WhatsApp, so we can't let it go easily. Okay, what is the next one? What this is from
Which courses?
yeah. This is from Khan Shah. Which courses would you guys suggest for MS in mechanical/machine design? I am also interested in robotics, so are there any multidisciplinary courses that I can take? Maybe Nitin.
Yeah, there are quite a good number of courses available for machine designing. If you see, if you're looking only at the design aspect of it, so you can start with continuum mechanics, which is actually a very good subject to take and start by one of the best lecturers in MTU, Dr. Greg Wodegard. So that subject would give you a deeper understanding of how the material acts and what is the how does the material properties affect your design. So that would be one of the fundamental subjects which you could take. And then there is also a subject which is called design of plastics. That is a wonderful subject, which is it's an upcoming subject here. It's
this subject is basically purely theoretical, So like I had taken a subject like last fall. So like you get to learn about the die design. You get to learn about the plastic parts design basically. So it's a good course. It is a bit theoretical, but like if you're into it, it's really good.
So why I would like, if by chance someone is trying to get into design, why I would suggest this course is, even though it's theoretical, yeah, it's a theoretical thing, but a lot of industries in Michigan Tech are working on exteriors, on automotive components like fenders and the trims and things like that. So if you have this knowledge, and if you learn software which is related to that, that would be a great option. So that would be that. Those are the two things which I would suggest at this point of time.
Because you also have like you typically also need hypermesh. There's this course called FEM,
Intro to FEM.
Intro to FEM, which will actually teach you hypermesh and its basics and stuff.
Yeah, Intro to FEM would also give you a good opportunity to have some hands-on experience on FEM. So the labs are completely based on FEM. So you learn FEM very well if you take up Intro to FEM.
And about some multidisciplinary courses in robotics.
Robotics, as I told you, I think initially before in the video also we have also mentioned this, but I would like to tell you again that robotics, there are good amount of subjects and good amount of projects which are being worked on. So the first thing which you should be taking up is DSC. It's called Dynamic Systems and Controls. So that is one of the basics you will be requiring, because initially when I took up the Dynamic Systems and Controls, I did not know how it would be helpful for me in robotics. But it is extremely helpful because you'll be learning MATLAB and you'll be learning the basics of controls, how to control a system, designing a simple control system and other things. Then later on, you can actually take up a subject called Intro to Robotics. That is also a pretty good subject. So those two subjects with practical experience is given by a subject called Real-time robotics. Real-time robotics, that's a 4-credit subject which will give you a proper idea on what is a robot and how it works. And you can also, the labs have 7 to 8 robots, real robots of Fanuc, which you can actually work on. You have those teach pendants there, which you can actually tell the robot what to do and things. So that's a good option.
Okay, moving on to next question, Abhishek Jadhav. How tough is to complete one semester at Michigan Tech and transfer to some other high-ranked universities for spring semester? Okay, so to be very straightforward, we can't really answer this question at all, because neither we know about transfer to some other higher-ranked universities for spring semester, or tough to complete. It depends on whatever the courses that you take and how do you work out your schedule. And we are not at all sure on transferring to some other higher ranked universities part. Yeah.
So like it's actually possible. It is a slightly complicated process, but it's possible to actually have to get an I-20 from another college. It's also possible to transfer your credits from Michigan Tech to some other college, but it only depends. So if the other college has got similar courses, then and only then can you transfer those credits to. Say for example, if you've taken 3 subjects in your first semester, and if you're transferring to some other university, and if they decide that out of the 3 subjects that you have taken already, only 2 are relevant, in that case only 6 credits will be transferred.
Yeah.
So basically,
so you'll end up paying extra credit fee.
Yeah. So it's possible, but it's kind of complicated.
Yeah, and some universities, maybe if you let us say if you took specialization in electrical terms, if you took courses in power systems and transfer to universities where embedded systems is famous, so you'll end up taking again these 9 credits again. So which means paying fees for all the 9 credits. So it's up to you again, and how tough to complete is really depends on what courses you take. So this is a question from Nikhil Reddy. What about sports facilities at MTU? Are there any active clubs for cricket, baseball, etc.? So the sports facilities, we have an excellent SDC here, Sports Development Complex, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So they have really good facilities like wood gym, basketball courts, tennis courts, volleyball courts, badminton, racquetball, swimming pool, shooting range, gym, and everything. Apart from that, Indian students here has a cricket club, which every week they have a game, indoor cricket, which is really fun. And and they have also a soccer club. Maybe Pranav could enhance on that.
Yeah, so like now I'll also tell about the cricket club that when winter sets in, then we switch to indoor playing, and it's a lot more fun than outdoors for me personally. And then we have cricket, weekly cricket every Saturday.
On Friday.
Every Friday, I'm sorry, from 10 to 12, and we have weekly soccer on Saturdays from 8 to 10. So it's all through the year, and there are also like tournaments for soccer in the university, which is hosted by like the university MTU football team, and so it's a very vibrant sporting environment here. Very active.
Moving on to next one. You can take this.
Yeah.
I'll go back here. Okay. Okay, this is done. Jaideep, how to open a bank account and mobile network options? Does it take long? Bank account doesn't really take that time. It's like a couple of hours thing. We are trying to find some tie-up with the only biggest bank available here, that's Wells Fargo. So we're trying to get a tie-up with them and try to find a suitable time where you all can go at one stretch and finish all the things. And mobile network options, the AT&T and H2 has good coverage. AT&T you might end up paying like somewhere around $60, and you'll get a good device and all. And as we know that we don't need SSN for AT&T connections, and H2 is a cheaper option. You need a mobile phone that prior taking connections. So they provide a SIM card. So it's a cheaper option, somewhere around $20 to $30. So it depends on you, like, and I guess it will be done within a week, I guess, getting the connection and getting, so that's all. Like, in short, bank account, it's a couple of hours thing, and mobile network depends on what network you use. It will take maximum of a week to get the connection. Hardik Shah, again, there is a question from him. What is the process to obtain cellular connection in general use after landing? Ideal network provider. So I already answered the same question earlier, so you can, the same applies to this. Karan Kumar Chandrakant, I am in the process of booking my flight tickets from Mumbai to Chicago on 17th August. I noticed that Student Universe has very lucrative deals, but there isn't much clarity on baggage allowed. I need to bring 3 baggages. Not sure if they would allow. Could you share some experience here? We are also not sure, but maybe if anyone has a.
So I mean, usually airlines do allow like 2 check-in baggages and like 1. Usually, is the case. You have to check in with like airlines, but I mean, like so for like long distance journeys, like the one from Mumbai to Chicago, you can get in 2 check-in baggages and 1 like handbag and 1 laptop bag.
Yeah.
That's 4 pieces of it.
Yeah. So is he asking like for 3 cabin?
3 check-in.
I
3 check-in is actually not required, because like you tend to bring a lot more than you need over here. Like, just keep in mind that all things are available here in the US at slightly like higher price, but it's not required to bring 3 check-in bags if you. If
That being said, I think British Airways actually has 3 checked-in baggages allowed.
If it's allowed, then it's fine. But
Yeah,
like
I
paying
think
more for that.
just the British Airways which actually allows 3 baggages.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Okay, there is a question from Akshay. Does Indian health insurance policy work? If yes, which is recommended company? To answer your first part, yes, it does work. I saw people have ICICI Lombard insurance here, but as being part of university body, we strongly recommend to take university preferred health insurance rather than taking these things. So we don't recommend, we don't endorse any of these things at all. Like, it's up to you to take. And again, people do take Indian health insurance from ICICI Lombard or Tata AG or some other else like ISO which is available here. And the second question is, I am admitted to PhD in chemical engineering for fall 2015, but I didn't got any financial assistance as of now. Do you have any idea when does funding begin, and when is the PhD guide selected? What is the average stipend one gets during the PhD? So since none of us are from chemical engineering, we really don't know what is the scenario here for chemical engineering. But if you could mail us this question, we will forward it to any of the chemical engineering PhDs here, and they will will try to get the reply from them. And normally PhD guide is selected during your first semester regardless of department, and if you have prior contact with them, that means that if someone already accepts you before coming here, then they will be your default guide. And I'm pinging you a link in this reply which says mostly about the average stipend that you get during the PhD. Anyone? This question is from Vishal. Anyone of you working with Timothy Havens? Can you put light on research he is currently working on? Also, which semester can we start enrolling for HIV Enterprise? I guess no one are here working with Timothy Havens, but Dr. Havens mainly works on, I guess, yeah, his main works are towards what do you say that? UAEs and like machine learning and stuff. I'm replying his webpage to you. If you are interested, maybe you can go ahead and contact him. And to answer your second question, like which semester we can start enrolling for HIV Enterprise, maybe Karthik can answer that. If you know that.
Actually, you can start from the first semester itself. But for enrolling into the HIV Enterprise program, you need approval from the program advisor. The program advisor's name is Bob Page, and you can mail him regarding this. The thing is that you can start working with HIV Enterprise from the first semester itself.
Okay. So moving on, Kahan Shah, is it better to take one-way or round-trip option in airlines from India? Which airline would you suggest in terms of price?
This question.
Round-trip?
Okay.
Okay.
It actually depends on whether or not you want to stay in the US or India after. I mean, so this is like a. I mean.
Oh, you're saying a long-term?
No. So like you can take a round-trip option. When the return flight is think about like 1 year. So I mean, even if you take in a single liquid ticket, then you will. So after you come over here, like when you're going back to India, you can always take a round trip.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I mean, like I have a few friends who've actually taken round trip flights, and then they went back to India this May, and so it's not possible. But then like you have to work out the dates and everything. So
yeah,
it will be easier for a one-way journey.
Yeah, dates is an issue. Like going back to India,
and
you can take a round trip.
Yeah, and if you end up getting off in summer, then you have to postpone the ticket,
Yeah,
or you are
exactly.
wasting good amount of money.
It is unpredictable. So
which airline would you suggest in terms of price? We really don't have those statistics, but as far as I know that in terms of luggage, I guess British Airways and Air India does offer 3 check-in baggages. As Rana said earlier, it is really not required to get 3 baggages. But price, we are sorry, but we don't maintain those statistics on prices and stuff.
yeah, so last year when I Like when I was checking for the airline tickets, the lowest I found was like most reasonable was Lufthansa.
But
Yeah, you've
easily
flown from
vary,
Mumbai, right?
from day to day.
Yeah, I moved
Yeah.
to flew from Mumbai.
They're very dynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like, depend on the dates, it depend on your
Exactly, it depends on
Expedia.com is the solution.
the current solution, the current situation.
Okay. Next is from Rakesh Anil Kumar Nair. I have registered for introduction propulsion systems in HEV, power system analysis, and power operations. I am interested in HEV along with power systems. What are your suggestions? So it's like putting your like say two boats. You can't really take, because the power systems and HEV is not the way that is taught in your. I mean, it's like if you are from electrical engineering background in your undergrad, you'll have machines and power electronics and power systems, everything in one semester. But it's not really like here. It's not really like that. Power systems is completely a different specialization, and HEV is a completely different specialization. So you have to either choose this or choose that. So
You can choose HEV and controls.
yeah, HEV and controls. So, or you can, if you are interested in power systems, you can directly completely switch over to power systems. So if it is HEV and controls, I guess intro to propulsion systems he has registered. DSC would be the other course, and linear systems would be the course. And if you are switching to power systems, you could take power electronics. You already registered for power system operations. You could also take advanced power systems. That is 5200 course. That's all to answer. Another question from Lohita Rani. People just said that discussing your research idea with the professor helps. So should we make a draft or anything in regard of the idea? So in coming to research, it's mostly like whether if professor is working in your research interest or not, and if he works and if your idea matches with if your research ideas matches with his research projects and all, then yes, it will definitely help in making a draft and presenting it, because it will also give him a strong feel. Again, it all matters. It all depends on the professor that you are approaching here. Okay, we have 10 more minutes left. So yeah, 10 more minutes left for your questions. So no comments. Okay. I guess we answered. Yeah, I guess we answered most of the questions.
You can tell them that the
Yeah.
video would be boosted.
Okay. Yeah. And Lohita Rani, in continuation to my question, if the research idea is interdisciplinary and no one is actually working on it as of now, that is kind of a peculiar thing. We're also not sure what to advise on that, but maybe if it is something related to someone professor who is teaching that particular course, or maybe something related to a professor who has experience in that part, you can approach him. But this is kind of a peculiar, I mean, out of the box thing, which we are also not sure. Kahan Shah has a question: what kind of immunizations do we have to take before landing in United States. Michigan Tech doesn't have any mandatory immunizations, but they does recommend certain immunizations. So if you go to Google and search MDU required immunizations, so you'll get a list of recommended vaccinations or immunizations. So it's up to you to take that or not. I guess most of us didn't take anything, but it depends on you whether you want to take or not. Siddharth Parmar, does the campus have aero modeling club?
We have an aerospace club enterprise, which is led by Dr. Brad King. So in that, like, if you see, it's aero modeling is a subset of that for Michigan Tech, at least as far as I know, because we don't have a separate aerospace department as such.
No.
So exactly. And so Chundru, you might.
Yeah, I mean, they have a aerospace enterprise, so you could probably contact them and get to know whether they have any subdivision within that group for the aero modeling stuff. But as far as I know, there's no specific aero modeling based club or activity going on there.
Yeah, it's too specific to have a club on that.
Yeah, I mean, some universities do have it, but not
Okay,
us.
yeah, because we do not have a separate aerospace department.
Okay. Jaydeep has another question. To summarize this session, what all we should do before reaching campus? What all we should be prepared with? What all you should do?
You should watch this video.
You should watch this video again. Make
Previous
sure,
one too.
and the previous one we'll be sending all the links, and make sure you register as soon as. If you didn't register your courses, make sure you register all your courses irrespective of department. And if you can't find courses or if you don't find seats, immediately mail the professor and graduate program director. And if you have any questions or concerns, as I said, mail us at isacom@mtu.edu. And we also have a Facebook page and some active WhatsApp group going on. So you can also post there. We'll try to help at the maximum possible. And be prepared to live in a smaller place and enjoy colder place and snowy place. And I am pretty sure you all have a fun time staying at Tech.
Yeah.
Karan Kumar Chandrakant has a question. I am currently working at General Motors in India, and I know that there is probably a board in front of their setup during here that no foreign student. Do you advise that I take some steps before leaving?
Do you advise that I take some steps? Oh, okay.
Maybe if you have some contacts, managers here, then yeah. If you have contact of managers here in Detroit office, then definitely ask them to recommend or keep them in contact.
Yeah, there was a similar case of Chrysler, like Abhishek Tyagarajan.
Yeah.
So he was in Chrysler, similar for a couple of years or maybe more, and based on that he got a direct hire from Chrysler, which is very rare, but he got it because he had experience in Chrysler. So there are very good chances once you come here, or even before coming here, like the steps you are saying, you should try making connections with the GM people who are over here in Detroit, like Jaya said, and then you can.
Yeah.
And even keep a good rapport with your present manager also.
Exactly.
Because the reason last time one guy named Sivaram, he got an internship with Bosch because he's referred by his previous manager who was in India.
So if you have, as you told,
Yeah.
if you have some kind of a reference from your manager, present manager who's in India, that would be a great option, because we have seen a lot of people who have actually got references from their managers to the companies which they have in the US and getting into that companies.
Yeah, it's an advantage, definitely.
Okay. The next question is from Nikhil Reddy. What are the partners for advancement of collaborative engineering education PACE team? And can you shed some light on it? Anyone has an idea on PACE?
Yeah, there are some 7 to 8 universities who are actually working with PACE. One college even from Bangalore is a part of it. If you know PESIT, PESIT is from Bangalore. We have Michigan Tech. I think Michigan Ann Arbor is also a part of it. RWTH is a part of it. So it's a group of universities doing projects. There are good amount of projects are being done. So we also have a PACE page. I mean, we have a web page for PACE, which you can refer to, which would give you more information about the projects which are being held there and what are the type of opportunities that are there with PACE.
And he can mail any doubts to KBC.
Dr.
Yeah, Dr. KVC Rao.
Dr.
He's
KVC
the
Rao is the
advisor for
coordinator,
that.
advisor for that.
Okay. Yes, that's all we have. So once again, you all be like whoever registered for both the sessions, you all be getting mails from us with all the YouTube video links and documents and a feedback form, which we would sincerely request to fill out so that we could improve this session and conduct more and more. And apart from that, if, as I said earlier, if you have any more questions, you can also ping us at write us at isacom@mtu.edu. And as we said, we are a small non-profit organization and students fund us. So once you come here, we hope everyone join this and avail all the benefits that we provide here and make our Indian culture and Indian ethnicity as rich as possible. We have maybe this might be like last 3-4 questions we could answer now. So the first question is from Kahan Shah again. What are the chances of being sponsored for some work visa? I have heard it is a lottery-based system. H1B,
definitely a lottery-based system.
yeah, it is a lottery-based system. Yes, so the chances are competing against at least 1.8 lakh to 2 lakh people applications, and they have somewhere around
10,000.
Yeah. The student part would be like student plus this thing would be 70,000 combined.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting sponsored depends on the company who recruits you, but getting a visa is completely depends on your luck and I think which we or no one can decide.
And recently Obama has increased the amount of number of H1B.
Yeah.
So it's looking positive.
Yes. Okay, so anything here? Let's see. Okay, I guess that's all. Okay, I guess that's all. We really thank you all for participating in this, and we had a really good time interacting with you all. Everything will be provided to you, and you're anytime free to write us back to isacom@mtu.edu, and have a good night and bye for now.
Bye.